A live newscast from Lee's Ferry, Monday at 5 on Newscenter 10.
You know, when traveling up to Page, I find we have a lot of friends up there who watch Channel 10, and it looked from that live shot with Dave Patterson that they've got a beautiful day up there around the lake.
Gorgeous day. I'd be out on the river there. It's great.
A little bit windy, but I guess that's good for the sailors up there on the lake. In fact, a little cool front moving through the northern part of the state tonight and early tomorrow should keep temperatures down a bit, so they should have a real pleasant week up there. A pleasant week for us, too. Temperatures real close to normal for us as we take a look at a live shot from Lake Powell there. You can see the temperatures today just a couple degrees above normal. Our high was 95 degrees here in the Valley of the Sun. The morning low 64. Normals for the date 91 and 60. And the hottest ever on this May 11th, 110 degrees back in 1934. The record low 43 from 1905. Current temperature 91 at the airport. Wind from the south at 7. Humidity 9%. Dew point at 25. Rain. No rain in quite a while for us, still 2.85 inches, and that's where it has stood since March 17th, and the barometer now at 29.79 and falling. Temperature-wise across the state today, a bit of a warm-up, and we'll probably see temperatures much like this throughout the entire week to come. We had 95 degrees here, 93 in Yuma, 98 at Gila Bend was the warm spot in the state. They tied Coolidge, and 93 at Lake Havasu. 67 degrees up at Flagstaff, 82 at Payson, and 74 at Prescott. As far as the clouds go, we don't have many to report on. We do have this one streak of clouds that's just barely touching into the southeastern corner of the state, but elsewhere clear skies across much of Arizona, California, and Nevada. This cold front is weakening now. It'll be breaking up over northern Arizona during the day tomorrow and probably cause a little bit of an increase in winds, but you can see it's very dry, no rain or clouds associated with that front. So as it swings through, all it'll do is keep our temperatures about where they are, keep them from warming up too much. And the jet stream now bringing this cool air down from the northwest. We're kind of in the borderline in between the cool air and the warm air, and so probably won't really have too much effect on us. It'll just, like I said, keep our temperatures fairly steady over the next several days. The rest of the nation still quite stormy in the Midwest and moving into the southeast. This storm system is weakening. It's been very intense across much of the parts of Louisiana, Texas. It's causing a lot of bad weather earlier in the weekend, but although it's weakening, it's moving towards the southeast. May bring some rain to the Carolinas over the next day or two, where they're having some trouble with those forest fires. In fact, already a little bit of light rain showing up in the western part of the Carolinas. Temperature-wise, the hot spot today, Gila Bend and Coolidge at 98. The cold spot, Truckee, at 20 degrees. Here are the other high temperatures from across the nation. They're very mild, 70s and 80s all through the Midwest, 75 in Detroit, 73 in Chicago, 95 here, and 85 in Las Vegas. The valley forecast for tonight calls for clear skies and mild temperatures, that low near 64 degrees, sunset at 7:18. Tomorrow sunny with a high of 92, sunrise at 5:30 right on the button. And Tuesday, still sunny, a high of 94, a low of 66. Temperatures should hold right there in the mid-90s all week long. No chance for rain.
Right.
Terrific. Thanks, Jim.
Well, the lottery jackpot in the pick game is bound to get bigger this week. No one picked the winning numbers last night. It's the third time in the past 2 months there was no winner. The $395,000 jackpot will now carry over to next week.
And still ahead on our newscast, a triple delight for Mother's Day.
And sports is next with Fred Kalil. Whose life did the NBA lottery change today?
Well, it sure was not ours. The rich get richer in the NBA lottery. Sports is next on Newscenter 10.
We were all hoping that it would be a good day for the Suns, but apparently not a great one.
Talking about the NBA lottery.
Yes.
In fact, we challenged you yesterday to wear your lucky green jacket.
Yeah, you know who would have been lucky for us? Boston, who ended up with the second pick.
Yeah.
It was not a good day for the Phoenix Suns in the NBA lottery. When the lots were drawn, it seemed that the rich got richer as the Philly 76ers and Boston Celtics have the first two picks. Now, the first one comes out of the hopper. It's the Dallas Mavericks. They picked 7th right ahead of Cleveland, who was able to buy into the lottery. Then came the Suns. Right there with the 6th pick, and Jerry Colangelo, not a good day. And here the second pick went to Boston, giving Philly the first choice next month. All right, here's how it stacks up. The NBA lottery: Philadelphia, Boston, Golden State, and Indiana, followed by New York, the Phoenix Suns, Dallas, and then Cleveland. All right, the Milwaukee Bucks were finally able to beat the Philadelphia 76ers in the playoffs. Today in Milwaukee, 113-112 the final. So the Bucks now advance to the Eastern Conference Final Tuesday with the Boston Celtics. Pick up action with Don Nelson, the guy still has to learn how to dress. Watch Terry Cummings go up and in right there, 25-23 bucks. He had 27 points. Then Clement Johnson gets one from the doctor, and it's tied at 47. Greg Hodges goes on a tear right here, a three-point howitzer. It was 63-58 at the half. Then Hodges comes flying in to make the great play, 70-63. Charles, whammo, Barkley, 84-81. Bucks still lead, but Sedale Threet was the hot man. 28 points for Sedale Threet, and then Terry Cummings goes underneath, making it 94-88. But watch Barkley take the pass, and it's 111-110. Now we come down to the other end right here. This is the shot. The goaltending by Charles Barkley made it 113-112. Doctor misses in the final. Milwaukee 113, Philly 112. The Bucks win the series now, 4-3. You know, the White Sox called that news conference giving manager Tony La Russa control of the ball club at the end of this past week, and it apparently worked as the Sox beat the Indians for the third straight day, 5-4 today's final. Ron Kittle with the RBI hit to score 1 run. Jerry Hairston tries it. Mel Hall with the throw. Big collision. Hairston's out. Bando blocks the plate. Then we get another RBI single for the Sox. The final score, the White Sox win it 5-4. On the board today, Baltimore was a winner over KC. Detroit beat Minnesota. Texas swept the Yankees. Boston a winner over Oakland. Reggie, career home run 536, tying him with Mickey Mantle as the Angels beat Milwaukee, and it was Toronto over Seattle. Now, you guys want to figure this one out? The Reds not only win, they beat the Mets and Dwight Gooden on the road. Final 3-2 from Shea Stadium. Watch Max Venable with a towering shot, but Lenny Dykstra with a great grab right there. Pete Rose, the player-manager, took things into his own hands right here with his bases-loaded hit, a 3-run hit to score everybody. Eddie Milner's going to try, and watch Gary Carter try to block the plate. Milner runs him down. Final score, Mets lose 3-2 to Cincy. On the National League board, Montreal's now won 8 in a row. Pittsburgh beats Houston. Atlanta loses to Philadelphia. St. Louis over San Francisco, and those Cubbies beat San Diego. Well, in auto racing, just a few qualifiers at Indy today. Among them, A.J. Foyt, who went over 213 miles an hour. And on the Grand National Circuit, it was Bill Elliott winning $240,000 in that race down in Atlanta. Dale Earnhardt once again second. In golf, this is the first set of cheerleaders I've ever seen at a golf tournament. They look like the Kilgore Rangerettes. Bobby Watkins with a long putt here at the Byron Nelson Golf Classic. But Andy Bean was the man who won today. He wins the Byron Nelson as we look at the leaderboard. Bean, 11 under par over Mark Wiebe. Bobby Watkins at 7 under in third. Then we have 4 players tied at 6 under par. Stadler, Stewart, Mark Hayes, Gene Sowers. Now on the LPGA, it is Muffin Spencer Devlin winning there. On the Seniors Tour, Bruce Crampton beat Bob Charles to win the Dominion Classic. Dale Douglas of Phoenix tied for third. All right, finally in sports tonight, it's the second Sunday after the second Saturday of the month, which means it's time to enter the dimension of the best, worst, wildest, and weirdest plays of the month. Time to enter into the highlight zone. Worst move by a good old boy in Alabama, this 20-year-old kid who ripped off the pace car at the Talladega 500. Watch the police stop him and help him get out of his car by the hair. Ooh! Let's hear it for the old guys of the month. Bobby Allison, age 48, wins the Talladega 500 over Dale Earnhardt. Willie Shoemaker, age 54, becomes the oldest jockey to win the Kentucky Derby aboard Ferdinand, a 17-to-1 shot that paid us $40. And Jack Nicklaus, age 46, wins the Masters for a record 6th time, oldest man to win the green jacket. Best slide of the month by the NBA player Danny Ainge, doing his Pete Rose impersonation against the Hawks last week. Biggest baseball collision, Brian Downing and Gary Pettis of the Angels against Milwaukee. Whammo! Ooh! First skunk delay in San Diego. Pepe Le Pew holds up the Padres-Pirates game. Worst base running by a Phoenix Firebird. Rick Lancelotti, who cranks this one 410 feet, but then forgets to touch first base. Yep, back we go, Rick. And he went around like a good boy should. Wildest motorcycle ride last night at the motocross at Sun Devil Stadium. And also the worst dune buggy crack-up was at Sun Devil Stadium. And that'll do it for this edition of the Highlight Zone.
Always looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Okay, Freddie, thank you. Well, when we return on this Mother's Day, you may think you're seeing triple.
What's it like to share your birthday with 2 brothers or sisters? We'll find out when we return.
Well, say, moms, congratulations to you. This your day. The day, in fact, when every mother is a super mom, but you have to give a little extra credit to those who have a triple load to handle. Linda Williams met several mothers of triplets, no doubt celebrating today.
They were, Ron. I learned that being the mom of triplets means there are 3 pairs of arms to hug you goodnight, but it also means there are 3 pairs of legs you have to chase around during the day. But the moms I met today say despite the work, they believe that good things come in 3s. 3 times as many diapers, 3 times as many dirty faces to wash, and you have to divide your coochie-coos between 3 pudgy faces. Those are just some of the challenges that mothers of triplets must cope with.
Triplet moms are triple special. That's why we had this Mother's Day get-together picnic.
About 10 families with triplets gathered for a special Mother's Day at McCormick Railroad Park in Scottsdale this afternoon. As you can see, at age 8 months, the Taylor triplets are getting along just fine, but we talked to an older set of triplets who say sometimes 3 is a crowd. Tell me some of the problems you run into because you have a brother and a sister the same age.
Fighting.
Fighting?
Sharing. And a lot of other things.
Sometimes I like it, and then when people go and ask questions, it's kind of stupid.
They gang up on me.
But these moms seem to take everything into stride. They don't talk so much about the triple headaches, they focus on the triple joys.
They're terrific. They really are. Triplets are terrific.
I wouldn't trade it for anything. They're special in their own way. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of extra blessings, too.
And the mothers told me that getting together and talking about some of the challenges of raising triplets is really good for their morale, Ron, especially on Mother's Day.
I can imagine. What a workload. Okay, Linda, thank you. Certainly, every mom who felt like complaining no longer can after that story.
Happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. Some of the stories we're working on for you right now for Newscenter 10 p.m. When a police officer is chasing a potentially dangerous criminal.
At what point does the safety of others become a concern? Well, starting tomorrow, Phoenix police must follow some strict guidelines for pursuing criminals. We'll have a report at 10.
Also tonight at 10, how many of you will be shopping for last-minute Mother's Day cards? We'll be taking a look at that. And as we begin to celebrate our week of Arizona, we are going to be looking at our beautiful state. We'll give you a look from the air.
Have a good evening.